Texas by itself could beat the crap out of Russia. For one, the economy of Texas is larger than Russia. Right now, Texas's GDP is $2.6 trillion, and Russia's GDP is only $2.2 trillion, despite having a population of 146 million people, even though the state of Texas doesn't even have 31 million. It's roughly the size of Ukraine's population of 37 million. Russia has a huge agricultural industry, about $43 billion in sales every year. Texas is close, with agricultural sales at $32.2 billion in 2022. Russia produces around 10 million barrels of oil every day. The US beats Russia at that with 13.5 million barrels a day, and almost half of that comes from Texas. So we're talking about 5.5 million barrels of production every day in that state alone. When it comes to soldiers in the overall military, they have about 1.3 million people active duty and 2 million in reserves. You figure with those numbers that Russia would easily be able to defeat Ukraine, but they've lost 837,000 troops in this 3-year war. Now, that is more troops than Texas, which currently has about 112,000 active duty and about 200,000 reserves. But there are 1.4 million veterans in Texas who could probably show the Russians a thing or two about a thing or two. In fact, 12% of all soldiers in the U.S. Army come from Texas, while New York State, roughly the same population as Texas, only contributes 4.3%. Alright, but Russia also has fighter jets, missiles, and drones. And Texas has all three as well. In fact, they are number 3 when it comes to manufacturing in aerospace and defense. Texas contributes about $40 billion in manufacturing to that sector alone. So that's 1/3 of Russia's entire military budget. Then there's the fact that almost everybody in Texas is armed. I know officially Texas only has 34.6 pew-pew sticks for every 1,000 people, but if you've ever been to Texas, read about Texas, or spoken to a lot of people from Texas, you realize that they probably have 2,000 of these things per 1,000 people. Russia heavily regulates any kinds of weapon ownership because they don't want their population to have that kind of power. And the argument always goes to, well, Russia has nukes, so does Texas. But unlike Russian nukes, the Texas ones would actually work. Long story short, do not underestimate the economic, the energy, the agricultural, and military powerhouse that Texas is. And of course, the toughness of their own people. I am the Geo Husar. I do not live in Texas, but I would love to visit the state again. Thanks for watching.